Yes, we are back at it again, and this is Megalo Box Season 2, aka Megalo Box Nomad Episode 5. And you guys know how I felt about Episode 4, and I enjoyed talking to you guys about it because I know a lot of people aren't watching this anime. Why? I don't know, but a lot of people aren't. But for those of us that are, we know what greatness this is in this season, man. Season 1 was legit, for sure, but Season 2 is hitting all kinds of different, and we got to say, we got we got to say goodbye to our boy Chief last week, man, and this week I don't know what's in store. So let's dive into it to see what's popping off, man.
I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it, so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes.
Oh, that's right. Joe was headed home. Joe was headed home. Son, I love the black and white too, though, man. Yeah. Team Nowhere, baby. Team Nowhere. Wow, man. Son, tell me this black and white don't really it sells it, man. It make you feel it. Nice, man. It brings a smile to your face. Team Nowhere. Is that the gym? Son, what happened in that time span, man? Oh my gosh. Wow. So Joe wasn't there when it happened? Oh wow. So because he left, oh, a typhoon. It's been 5 years? Oh dang, son, that's a long time. Oh wow, son, ain't none of them studying Joe. Oh wow. Oh dang, man. Only thing I will say though, Joe was hurting too, and he didn't know how to deal with it. But they're kids, man. So you just up and abandoning them, knowing they didn't really have any family like that. That's the cold hearted part. But Joe was dealing with some stuff too, so I will give him at least a sliver of the benefit of the doubt, just a little bit. Still, I don't know exactly what happened because they keep giving us hints and telling us a little bit of the pieces. They won't give us the whole story. Everybody's moved on now, though, man. Dang. Oh wow. So when it's on the lymph nodes, it has to be cancer, right? Man, that's hard. Yeah, see, that's not on Joe's mind. He's more worried about you. Wow. Yeah, you can't dwell on the past, man. No matter how good it was and how of a great time you had, you can't dwell on the past. You got to move forward. Right. I could understand that, man. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that is hard. So now we know that Nambu had cancer, and when he died, that kind of just made everybody kind of just drift apart. Well, he don't want to see you, and he don't want you to see him in that state, man. He was probably having a bad day too, though, and he didn't want you to see him in that state. Wow. I know. I get that it's hard, man. I totally get that 100%. But it that's what you want. If that's what they want, I mean, I don't. It's a very hard choice to make because you know that they're gonna die. But it's I don't know, man. Maybe they're tired of fighting. And this soundtrack hit. This soundtrack is hitting me, man. Shoot, man. It's supposed to be a boxing anime, man. And they get me in the feels. Did Joe ask him to be his corner man one more time or something? Shoot. Is that Sachiko? Is it? It is, and he's grown up. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, got them things. Sonny looks so different grown up, man. Wow. Oh, he beat the brakes off Joe. Well, we know Joe wasn't gonna fight back anyway. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm gonna be 100% though. I wouldn't have fought him back, but I'm not gonna just let Sashio just come in here and just mollywop me either. I don't care how mad he is. You can not talk to me or we can get in the ring and box with some gloves or something, but I'm not gonna just let you look. He messed Joe face up. He messed Joe up though, man. Yeah, man. All of them growed up. Wow. This is heartbreaking, man. Yeah. So this soundtrack is glorious, man. Wow. So they don't even care what Joe went through because he abandoned them in their time of need. So they don't care what Joe went through. They don't care how many hardships he had. They feel like he abandoned them in their time of need. So they're done with him. Man, there's a lesson to be learned in here too, though, man. Wow, that's some stuff to say, man. Wow. Well, I swear, man, this Megalo box is getting all emotional, man. So they didn't want Joe to fight, and Joe chose to fight anyway. Man, shoot. Was Joe there, or was he at the boxing match? Oh, don't tell me Joe went to the match and then he never came back. No, he went to the match and Nambu died before Joe made it back. So he's training to take the fight. So I'm assuming they all feel like Joe gave up on them in Nambu. But so nobody wanted him to take this fight. But what's the reason? It can't be just because of Nambu or because, Joe was about to retire. Oh, that's why. They mad because he won't go see Nambu. Well, they don't understand that people grieve in different ways. They're kids. Like and that's just something that they don't get. Oh wow. So that's what they felt. They felt Joe was using the match as an escape. Oh wow. The sad thing is, it's because they're kids. And I will admit this: they have a point. Joe should have went to at least be there with him, but everybody grieves different. Joe was grieving, but he was holding out for hope and optimistic. I feel like he knew that Number was eventually going to die, but that's all he could hold on to. That's the only thing his mind could really see. But them being kids, they saw it as, well, Pops is going to die, and Joe was holding out for that hope to kind of avoid dealing with the fact that Dumbo was going to die, and they didn't see that because they're kids. Okay, man. That was Megalobox Season 2, aka Megalobox Nomad Episode 5, and we finally know what actually happened with Nambu, Sachiko, and everybody else from Team Nowhere and Joe. Nambu had cancer and he was going to die. Joe couldn't really deal with the facts. The kids were the only ones, and the other guy, how you gonna pronounce his name? I always mess his name up. But anyway, Joe couldn't really deal with the fact that Nambu was gonna die. The kids, I feel like they accepted it early on, and like, sure, they didn't want to believe it, but they accepted it early on, and they went to visit him every day and I feel like them going to visit him every day kind of made it a little easier because they were seeing that, he's slowly deteriorating day by day. And Joe decided to take this fight to help possibly give him an operation that could extend his life for maybe a couple months. And hopefully Joe was being optimistic, but I feel like he was being optimistic / running away. And Sachiko called him out on it. He was just running away to the ring so he wouldn't have to deal with the fact that Nambu was actually dying or he was going to die. And the kids accepted it early on. And it's funny because the kids in that moment, Joe was the adult and the kids were the kids. But in that moment, it seemed like the kids were the more adult in the situation and Joe was like a kid. And those roles being reversed, the kids had to step up, and with them having to step up, they lost all faith and hope in Joe. And after Nambu died and I'm assuming Joe wasn't there, they just cut all ties. They don't want to be bothered with him because he came back to town because of Chief, and nobody is trying to hear him out at all. And Sachiko beat the brakes off of him. I mean, he just left him there to a bloody mess. And that's because Joe wouldn't fight back, of course, for sure. But what I feel like is because Joe not accepting the fact, I get why he done that, because like I said throughout my reaction, people grieve in totally different ways. And I mentioned that the kids didn't really get that, but you could also look at it like that's one side of the coin, and the other side is, like Sachiko said, Joe was running away, and he couldn't deal with the fact that Namba was going to die, and I feel like that is what definitely ended and put a strain on their relationship. Now, it may come back to a different term because Joe is back in town, but no, as of right now, nobody's trying to hear anything he has to say, and I feel like it would definitely make a big difference if he just apologized, because you haven't apologized at all. Like you showed up and you was like, you're trying to have a conversation with these people, but that's not what they want. And you can't change the past. And then we kind of see what like the story holds, like why Joe is being a nomad, why he's out there by himself, why he's taking all these pills, what's actually going on. And we finally learn why in this episode. We see that Jim Nowhere has been washed away, and all of the kids have finally grown up and started to live their life. And Sachiko is out here Megalo boxing, man. What? Like, it's supposed to be about boxing, but I gotta be 100%, man. This like the whole realistic life story of it, like what they're telling, like the slice of life part of everything that's going on, is super intriguing. I would love to have a match and, to see some boxing going now. And we kind of got that this episode with Sachiko beating the brakes off Joe. But just the story itself is super captivating. And the story that it's telling, and this soundtrack is bonkers, man. This soundtrack is crazy each week, man. This is your boy, Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Remember, the anime matters. Anime is great. An anime is life, man. Peace out.
I cannot complain because today, I'm doing